Imagine the scene right now in the front office because the clock is ticking and the pressure is reaching a fever pitch. We are standing on the edge of a franchise-defining moment that could change everything for this team. The draft is looming, the roster is shifting, and we have to talk about the absolute madness surrounding the current state of the defensive line and the quarterback of our dreams. This isn't just about football. This is about the soul of the team and whether we are finally ready to reclaim our throne at the top of the league. Before we dive into the chaos and break down these massive draft dilemmas, do me a huge favor and hit that like button, share this with your fellow fans, and subscribe so you never miss a second of this journey. Can you even imagine the sheer power of this roster if we actually land the generational talent we've been waiting for? Let's talk about the trenches because that's where games are won or lost. There is a massive hypothetical burning a hole in every fan's brain right now. If we're sitting at pick 25 and both Caden Proctor and Monroe Freeling are staring us in the face, who is the pick? Honestly, I'm betting neither of these monsters even makes it that far because offensive tackles are going to fly off the board faster than we can blink. Freeling has been absolutely skyrocketing since the combine, and some mocks even have him going as high as 6 to Cleveland. But we know the front office was front and center at the Bama Pro Day getting up close and personal with Caden Proctor. They even had a private dinner with him. The interest is real, people. Proctor is a physical specimen at 6'7" and 350 pounds with upside that is frankly terrifying. Yes, he's had some weight issues and a bit of inconsistency, but his best ball is ahead of him. Then you have Freeling, who's only started 15 games but just keeps getting better. He's 6'7" with arms that go on for days. He might need a year to develop, but the ceiling is through the roof. If you had to choose right now, who are you taking to protect our future? Question of the day: which player would you absolutely lose your mind over if we drafted them, either because you love the pick or it makes you want to throw your remote at the TV? Comment below and let's get into it. Speaking of the future, let's address the lightning rod, Caleb Williams. Is he already the greatest quarterback this franchise has ever seen? Look, he is easily the most talented human to ever take a snap for us. It's hard to make that declaration officially just 2 years into a career, but the trajectory is undeniable. Part of that is because our history at the position has been, let's be honest, pretty tragic. But Caleb is special. He's a once-in-a-lifetime talent who could lead us for a decade. But to keep him clean, we need that line, and to help the team win, we need the defense to step up. I'll be real with you, I'm seeing people mock defensive tackles to us at 25, specifically Peter Woods out of Clemson, and I'm just not feeling it. I would much rather trade down than reach for a tackle who didn't exactly blow me away last season. He's quick, sure, but he didn't measure or test as well as we hoped. We need help on the line, but we can't afford to waste a first-round pick on a maybe. And what about the rules of the game? There's been a lot of talk about moving the college hash marks to match the NFL. Personally, I love the chaos of the college game. It makes it unique. Does it make projecting players to the pros harder? Absolutely. But I'm a junkie for the different styles of play. The one thing that needs to change, though, is pass interference. That spot foul in the NFL is absolutely brutal. Getting hit with a 50-yard penalty on a ticky-tack jump ball or an underthrown pass is a total momentum killer. Give me the 15-yard college rule any day of the week. Now, let's look at the guys already in the building. Shemar Turner is the name on everyone's lips. He's coming off that devastating torn ACL, but don't think for a second the team is punting on him. He was just starting to find his rhythm at edge before he went down. He's a chess piece, a guy who can kick inside or stay on the outside. If he comes back healthy, he is the X factor for this entire defensive unit. As the dust settles on free agency, there are still some massive names out there. We're seeing guys like Joey Bosa or Jadeveon Clowney waiting to see how the draft plays out before they commit. It's the smart move for veterans. Even Aaron Rodgers is doing his classic routine of dragging things out. But for our defense, the shift is already happening. We moved on from Tremaine Edmunds and brought in Devin Bush because we needed speed. We let Kevin Byard go to get younger and more versatile with Kobe Bryant. We are building a defense that fits a specific, aggressive vision. If Jalen Johnson and Kyler Gordon can just stay healthy, this unit could jump from the mid-20s into a top 10 defense. We led the league in takeaways last year. If we can keep that up and actually get some consistent sacks, we are going to be a nightmare for every offensive coordinator in the league. If I were the GM, I'm looking at safeties like Dylan Thieneman or Emmanuel McNeil-Warren at 25. Imagine pairing one of them with a second-round edge rusher like Danny Dennis Sutton or Derek Moore. That is how you build a championship foundation. And don't even get me started on Jacob Rodriguez. If he somehow falls to 57, you run that card to the podium. Now, we have to talk about the big swings. Who is a player worth trading up for? If the rumors are true and Caleb Downs starts to slide, if he gets past the early teens, you have to pick up the phone. He is a game changer in the secondary. I wouldn't give up a future first-round pick, but a package of seconds and mid-rounders. You do that in a heartbeat. And what about the trade rumors for a superstar like Myles Garrett? People compare him to Max Crosby, but Garrett is on his own planet. He has less wear and tear and is arguably the most dominant force in the league. If you can get him for 2 firsts and a player, you have to at least think about it. Pairing Garrett with Montez Sweat would be illegal in 48 states. It would instantly give us the highest ceiling in the NFL. If we go into the season with Sweat, Austin Booker, and a high-end draft pick, the floor for this defense is solid, but the ceiling is legendary. We need Booker to continue his ascent and our secondary to become the no-fly zone we know they can be. We don't just want to lead the league in takeaways again. We want to dominate every single blade of grass. Does this defense have what it takes to carry us to a title, or are we still one big move away? The energy is building, the pieces are falling into place, and the draft is going to be an absolute roller coaster. I've been catching up on all your messages and the passion from this fan base is unmatched. We are in this together, through every win and every heartbreak. We're bringing you the most intense coverage every single day because this team deserves nothing less. Make sure you're locked in, keep the conversation going in the comments, and as always, stay loud, stay proud, and let's get ready for the most important season of our lives. Bear down.